Another island just formed.
It is so weird to me how that happens. I mean, I understand God's miracles and God can do anything, absolutely. But it's like when you sit and think about it, it's like, what?
Yeah, and this has happened before. I was reading up on it. And it happened in 1904, in 1914, 1986, and 2013. The one that happened in 2013, the island connected to another island. And when you look at it, it looks like Snoopy.
What?
From the cartoon.
Oh, my goodness. It looks like Snoopy.
It does.
Are they going to call it the Snoopy Island? Which island are you going to this weekend? The Snoopy Island.
I'm going to Snoopy. Snoopy Isles.
But haven't some of these islands like eroded over the years? The ones that they found in the early 1900s, like over time, sometimes that. So it's not maybe an island that you want to build a vacation home on.
Not yet. There's not a sandals on it.
Yeah. No.
An all-inclusive. That's not there just yet.
Not quite yet. But I think it's very cool how God works.
Yeah. And this was underwater volcanic activity that just happened, and it erupted, and then boom, it bubbled up, and there's an island. Wow. It's crazy cool.
Huh. Now we know. Now we know how these things work, because I wouldn't have known.
Did you go to school?
I did, but I didn't know
Didn't
underwater
you take your
volcanic or geography.
That too.
Or would it be under both?
There's college students here. What is it, guys?
Yeah. Did y'all know this is the way that islands happened?
They know that.
Yeah,
Just what
absolutely.
is the class? What's the class you learn that in?
Probably science.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, I say science for two, Alex.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Why would anybody smear cereal on their face and call it makeup?
Well, you're not that far off the mark. It is makeup inspired by cereal, Fruity Pebbles, and Cocoa Pebbles.
And you just smoosh it all over your face.
Well, it's
Do you take a bite first?
No, please don't do that. No, don't do that. That would make you very sick, I think. It is eyeshadow palettes, which I love. I love eyeshadow. And so I was interested to see what they were doing, but it's the Fruity Pebbles and the Cocoa Pebbles. The Fruity Pebbles, I say yabba dabba don't for me, because the colors are way bright, just like the cereal.
It's the cereal.
Yeah.
And that you're smushing all over your face.
Yeah, a little bit. Not exactly smushing. That's a whole different look. But the Cocoa Pebbles palette, I looked for Saturday. I went to Ulta Beauty, which is where it's being sold. I went there because I needed to pick up some makeup. And I looked for the Cocoa Pebbles palette. They didn't have it. Either they were sold out or they don't have it yet. But the colors, right up my alley.
Why don't you just go to Walmart or a grocery store?
No,
Because
they
you can
don't
pick up
have
a
it
box
there.
of cereal.
I could melt it. Well, you don't melt it down. You could pulverize it.
That's what these people do.
Make a powder, add something.
Milk?
To make it, no, it'd have to be maybe baby oil. I don't know. I don't know.
Baby
what you could
oil?
Make. Something that would make it adhere to your eyelid. I don't know what they use. I don't.
It adheres to your hips. Why wouldn't it adhere to your eyelids?
That's
this cereal, huh?
That's true.
Right?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Well, it looks like it's making a comeback, and it'll be in Macy's. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
I think this is a really good idea for Toys R Us because they declared bankruptcy last year, the year before.
Yeah, they're gone. Now they've tried to come back, and they did a pop-up, I think, in New York City last year.
Right, exactly.
And now it looks like they're going to have a little section in Macy's, the department store.
Well, I think it helps both stores, actually, because Toys R Us then, pays Macy's to be in their store, and Macy's gets to say, hey, this is where, just in time for the Christmas season, that we're going to have all the toys you're looking for your kids.
Not going to be the same, though. I so loved bringing the kids to Toys R Us because it was a destination. If you bought something or not, it still was just a fun place to go.
It was, and sometimes they had some interactive, like the piano that's on the floor that you could walk on and make the music, and they had a lot of interactive stuff inside of Toys R Us. I don't think they're going to have that at Macy's, but still a lot of fun.
Yeah, but Macy's, isn't that a bougie place?
It can be.
Yeah?
I mean, it can be.
Yeah, mom goes and tries on makeup, and then you send the kids over to the toys.
Yeah, and then dad goes and looks for menswear or, whatever.
Dad goes and sits down in the mall. He doesn't look at anything at Macy's.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Facebook, they have this thing called the Horizon Workroom.
Okay.
It's all virtual. You need a headset, and then all of a sudden, you're in the office. But it's kind of animated. It's like Avatar people.
Oh, so you don't see actual people.
You don't see real people. You see the cartoon version of it. It's like you walked into a Toy Story movie. It's like Pixar or something like that. And you don't even see the full body. It's kind of weird. Like if somebody's
just
up
the
at the...
torso.
So say you're in the conference room with all of your workmates on this Horizon workroom thing that is virtual. It's a virtual workroom. It looks like your office. All you see is from the waist up. And so if somebody goes over to like the whiteboard and draws on the whiteboard, you see them from waist up. You're like, wait a minute, you have no legs? What's this? It's weird.
Happening? Yeah,
so some things need to be worked out on this thing. But some people say, I kind of feel like I'm in a work atmosphere when I have this on. Here's the thing I don't like. To use it, it's free. It's free on
that's
Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah. You say that, but you have to have a headset. And the headsets start at about $300.
Have you used one of those virtual
Those
reality?
things are big and clunky. I can't wear them, and they hurt my face.
They hurt my face, and they also hurt my brain. Like, I feel like, I don't know, the equilibrium is off. Like, it's very odd to look at the virtual reality.
I was on a roller coaster, and it was a real roller coaster, and then they had the virtual headsets for it. So you could literally, have another virtual experience with this thing. I didn't like it. Number
like
one, my
nightmare.
face is really big and chunky. And so you put those things on, and it really hurts.
I would think. Yeah, because they have to, especially on a roller coaster, you got to make sure they're tight.
Oh,
so
yeah. They make sure they're tight on a roller coaster. They don't want those things flying off and hitting somebody.
Well, the one thing I do like about this, though, is that you can create your own avatar, right? For the virtual work. I think that's kind of cool. I love when I get to create avatars.
Oh, because
of myself.
Because you would make it the way you want to look.
Oh, exactly.
Right? You should see my biceps.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Daniel's along with us at 800-447-7234. What's up, Daniel?
Hey, I was just listening on the radio. You were talking about the moon this morning. I got to tell you, my wife got me a telescope for Father's Day this year with the kids. And just about 2 weeks ago, so in August, Jupiter and Saturn are really close to Earth. I've never looked at it, and so I've always seen them on pictures. Well, I took my telescope and I decided to look at it through the telescope. Man, what you see on pictures, I mean, I looked at the moon through the telescope, and that was great, God's creation. But, man, you look at Saturn, and you can actually see the rings. I mean, well, you see it in pictures, but when you actually see it in person, I mean, man, that's completely, that's God's creation right there. It's just this big ball with rings hanging in there.
You have some powerful telescope.
Necessarily anything too crazy. I mean, I think it's a beginner telescope, but it's good. It's Celestron 130. I think it's around like a couple $100, like $200, I think.
That's a huge upgrade from the one I got out of the Cracker Jacks box. I can't see much, but the tree across the street.
Yes!
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
It's his morning crew, Rob and Liz, on his radio.
So is there somebody in your life that is a superhero? I saw this come up, I think it was on social media, maybe last week or whatever, or over the weekend, and about somebody, a superhero in your life. And some people were starting to comment, like one time they helped somebody pull their car out of a ditch. Somebody did that for me, like a long time ago. Helped me pull, I had gotten my car stuck in a ditch. So that person to me was a superhero. But my husband, Joey, is also to me a superhero because he saved our youngest son's life. I truly believe that when Hayden was 2 or 3 years old. We had come up, we were at the beach, and Hayden hated to walk in the sand. Didn't like the sand to get on his feet or anything like that. So we were coming up, and we were washing our feet off to get into the pool, because that's what Hayden liked, was to get into the pool. So all 5 of us are washing our feet off. We didn't know Hayden had snuck around, jumped straight into the pool. Remember, 2 or 3 years old, didn't have on a life jacket or anything at that point. Jumped straight in the pool. Joey noticed within a millisecond. Ran across like he was, I don't know, something out of Mission Impossible. Jumped over people, kids in the pool, grabbed Hayden up by his hair, basically, and saved his life. I mean, he noticed he was gone, where he was, and took immediate action. So that's my superhero.
He's your superhero.
Oh, yeah.
Joey.
Yeah, every day.
Just put an S on his chest.
Right up under his work uniform. He's got big S on his T-shirt.
Yeah, he works for a cellular company, right?
Yeah, he does.
And he makes sure that we have our internet.
Yeah, so
when it goes out, he digs deep into the ground and puts it all back together.
Exactly, he does. So he's a superhero to a lot of people.
Yeah, I have his app.
You do. You have the Joey app.
I have the Joey app, and it helps keep my internet on. It's pretty amazing. He's got a cape and everything. His face is on my app. It's amazing.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
This dad is like really creative. He knows his teenage son very, very well. And so one night, when his teenage son snuck out of the house, his dad programmed something. He's got one of those Ring cameras up in the corner of a room, and all of a sudden, the 3 o'clock in the morning happens, and these kids start walking in through the window. And then 3 young men get through, and then this one lady comes and walks through, and all of a sudden, the light turns on, and this happens.
Jesse, next time just say you want to go out so you don't need to climb through a window with all your friends. I hope you had fun. We're safe. I may go viral on TikTok with this. Thanks for the content.
The son wasn't very happy.
Not
all
at all.
6 of Jesse and his friends were like, what?
But they're laughing, and I'm thinking, he's not the only one that's probably going to be in trouble because you're on video.
All going to be, yeah. And then his dad posts a lot of stuff on TikTok, and so he posted this too.
Yeah. And I love that he put the Mission Impossible theme kind of up under it.
Yeah.
Like, you are so busted.
I mean, she walks through. I don't know if you heard the first word, but the fourth person walks through the window of these teenagers. 3 o'clock in the morning, and when the light comes on.
Hi, Jesse. Next time just say you want to go out.
Hey, Jesse, next time just say you want to go out, spend time with your friends.
I love that Dad,
Don't sneak out and then sneak back in.
I wonder if Dad was watching this in real time or he
he's
saw
sleeping.
it the next day.
What can you do? They've already snuck out. They snuck back
True.
in. He's in trouble the next day. Can you imagine the grounding?
I would
what
love
did he
to know
take away?
the ramifications that came from that, because there were some, or he wouldn't have.
Oh, of course.
He wouldn't have done this elaborate scheme to catch him in the act.
Dad's a smart guy. You can't get one past him.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
So here's Josh and Cassie, and they decide, let's go on a hike. And let's see if our family wants to go. So little Harvey goes, you know what, Mom and Dad, I want to go on the hike with you. So they have to explain, I'm pretty sure. I don't know their total conversation, but it's like, son, you do know that this is going to be a really long hike. We want to do the entire Appalachian Trail.
Oh, my goodness.
The entire trail.
How long does something like that take?
Days and days and decades and years, it seems like, when you're on the trail. And so they did it. Harvey packed up. Harvey along with Harvey along with his mom and dad went on the trek. Took them 209 days altogether.
Oh my
they
goodness.
left January 13th and they came home Thursday, August 18th.
So how much hiking do you have to do every day?
It depends on the day. So some days they went 10 miles, other days they went 20 miles.
With a 5-year-old?
Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that, did I? Harvey's 5 years old. He is 5 years old.
Wow.
So a 5-year-old, little legs. Oh, and by the way, it was Harvey's idea to go 20 miles one day.
Did he
just got to
understand?
double this thing, Mom and Dad.
I wonder if he understood the full scope of that. Maybe at the end of the day he did.
Yeah. 2,100 miles, almost 2,200 miles, just about 7 miles shy of that. 209 days altogether. 5 years old, which makes him a world record holder now.
I would think so. Why? I wonder what the conversation was like when they said, hey, we want to go hike the Appalachian Trail with our 5-year-old.
Well, I'm thinking, and I don't know this for sure, but because Harvey asked to go, that I'm thinking he was going to probably stay with Grandma and Grandpa or something like that.
Sure.
And then Harvey's like, no, I want to go with you, Mom and Dad.
But still, that conversation, because if they didn't take him, they wouldn't have seen him for all that time.
And then all the ventures that they had along the way.
That's some memories right there.
Oh, yeah, right?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
open your phone, download the app, and watch Chosen.
Right. I've seen several of the episodes. I will say I haven't seen the entire series, but it looks like they have another season that's going to be coming up, and they need some help. They need some actors. They have a nationwide casting call that's going out for The Chosen, and I was so excited about it because you can be from literally anywhere in the world, and all you have to do is go on their website and you look at, there's descriptions of each of the characters that are going to be on the show, and so I looked at, where I would fit for my age, but I don't seem to fit the look that they're looking for and the age that's appropriate.
Oh, they want this to be authentic.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely authentic. And I will say they're looking for more men than they are women. But there's all kinds of different ages and different looks that they are looking for from men and women. So if you've ever wanted to be part, and especially of a show like this that follows the life of Christ, but it's through the disciples, basically, this would be the way to go. It's very cool. You have to do a monologue that they provide you. They provide you the script on the website.
And see how you're going to perform it and act it out.
Right. And they don't want you to read the script. They want you to memorize the script.
Oh, that's the way
Obviously.
that's how casting calls go.
Yeah, because you don't, well, some people, if you're in a play and it's a cold call, sometimes, you will read from a script. But most of the time.
Sounds like she knows this.
I've been in a couple of plays before, and so the auditions, we were given the script at the audition, and you had a little time to go over it and try to.
Did you get the lead role?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm typecast a lot, and so, but it's okay. I get it.
What are you, the radio person?
No, I am typically a mom who's a snob.
A snobby mom?
I know.
Liz Riles is the snobby
And I'm
mom?
like, but I'm so not that. I am a mom, but I'm not a snob.
No.
But
So they don't have that kind of role in The Chosen, evidently.
evidently not a snobby mom.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
You want to clean the ocean? Use an oyster. That's all you need is an oyster.
Just get out there and dig the trash up out of the.
It's amazing. So they have cultivated 5,000 oysters, and they dumped in the Malay Bay because they need to clean up the bay. And they have proven that oysters are around to actually clean the ocean. That's what God designed them to do.
That is so wild to me, like how it even works, how they discovered this, and wow.
Yeah, there's some scientists or scientific society that discovered this, and they're like, wow, look at this. So the Malayan Bay needed to be cleaned up a little bit. That was just too dirty.
Yeah.
And so they put 5,000 oysters in the bay. Don't eat them, because we want them to clean things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I went to, I was out on one of my favorite parts of Folly Beach, which is right on the tip of the beach, and I discovered that it looked a lot different. There's an oyster bed there now that wasn't there from what I remember last year. And it's typically an area where I like to go down and try to find the shells and, that kind of thing. I've been very successful at finding beautiful shells.
And then you stumbled on oysters.
Yeah, and never walk on an oyster bed because they will rip your feet up.
Well, they're cleaning things up. They
Yeah.
want you to stay away from them because they want to keep things clean.
Well, and they'll hurt you too. So kind of twofold there, but
And your feet could be dirty.
yeah. So I wonder if that's not the same thing that happened at Folly Beach. I have no point of reference for that. Tried to look around and see if
You're
that
just trying to put two and two together?
Yeah, like
Did
what?
you notice it looked different in the water? Did
Oh,
you like,
yeah.
wow, this is kind of clear. I can see these oysters.
Oh, I can't say that. I didn't notice the water because I didn't know that was. I was just trying to figure out, how did this happen? How are these here? Why are these here? I don't understand. So now I know, possibly.
Okay, there you go. They're just trying to clean things up.